Hey guys, it's Gene here. Just in these past few weeks, a lot has changed. Our lives have been disrupted. Our daily routines have been disrupted. Our things that we found normal have been disrupted. And during these past few weeks, I had the time to reflect. And if you come across this video, I just want to let you know that I'm here for you as best as I can. I'm here to encourage you, to uplift you, especially in a time like this. And I'm not trying to tell you, I'm in no position to tell you how to feel. I'm in no position to tell you how to think. But the best that I can to do with what I have through media and through this video is to somehow encourage you and to uplift you and somehow keep your spirits high. I had a few things that I wanted to share even during my time during our time here in California as we are in some sort of lockdown. For me, this time was a time for me to reflect and kind of dig deeper of what's going on, what's really important in our lives. And I hope somehow that this moment right now, if you come across this video, that it somehow helps you to kind of slow down a little bit. And if you're like me, moving at 100 miles per hour, maybe it is time for us to kind of just slow down a little bit and think about what's important, the people that are around us, or for the community that are around us, of how we can somehow help and love on others more. And I was trying to take everything in, like psychologically and personally and spiritually, and in my faith background, I always ask the question, what is God trying to teach me in this moment, right? And when you hear those phrases, I'm not saying that God caused all this, right? If you don't believe in God or don't have a religious affiliation, it can still apply to you, right? Because you can ask the question of what in this moment what is it teaching me personally? And in this moment, if God was trying to teach us anything, right, is solidarity. This would be a good time to practice solidarity, to practice a place of quietness and slowing things down and spending time in quietness. Because to be candid, when do we actually do have that time to be in quietness, be in solitude? In some way, whether you're feeling the effects of the pandemic or not, we are in some way still feeling other people's pains, other people's sufferings through this time, right? And if you just turn on the news and go on your social media feeds, other people are suffering. People are having a hard time, whether they're losing their jobs, don't have resources, and even dying from this pandemic. So in some way, we all are affected by this personally, right? This goes beyond what race you are, what gender you are, what religion you are, or what nation you're part of. We all are feeling this. And even through times like this, of uncertainty and of pain and suffering, it forces you to go deeper, right? Depth is being forced upon us at this moment, right? Which I always believe that it always leads for me to love more deeply, right? We need to go beyond our personal feelings, which I'm not discounting, right? But through this time, it goes beyond what we are feeling, and we take in the whole of what's going on in the world. And we see how people in other countries are affected by this pandemic. Right? At the time of this recording, just this past weekend, I've learned in Italy over 700 plus people died because of this pandemic in one day. So when you think about that, you can't help but feel the pain and suffering other people are going through. And even in my time of reflection, you start to ask these questions. I wonder how other people who in isolated places, or for those who don't even have health care, how are they coping with this? Or for the people the fragility of the other people who are feeling marginalized already, of people that are in prisons, people who are homeless, how are they coping with this? Or even the people performing the necessary task to put a lid on this virus. The ambulance drivers, the nurses, the doctors who are in the front lines risking their lives to keep society together. You know, for me in this reflective state and being in solitude, I hope that whoever comes across this video, I hope this experience will force our attention outwards instead of inwards. Outwards to the suffering of the most vulnerable. You know, love always means going beyond myself. Love always goes beyond ourselves and it goes to otherness. We must be stretched to an encounter with otherness, and only then we know it's true love. You know, love alone overcomes fear. Love alone overcomes fear and is the true foundation that lasts. You know, I don't know what your religious background is. I don't know whether you believe in God or not, and that's okay. Right, I'm going to read you a verse from scripture that comes from 1 Corinthians 13:13, and no matter what background you have, I think this still applies to all of us. And it goes something like this. It goes, and now faith, hope, and love abide, these three. And the greatest of these is love. Love alone overcomes fear.